Good girl, get it, girl.
Welcome to the next episode of VIVA Podcast.
Yes.
Today we will be talking about all things wellness, social media detox in this era of Black Lives Matter, and really just taking care of ourselves and what we're doing here in Berlin and what the city has to offer as well in terms of self-care.
Yes, and we're drinking honey bush tea.
Yes.
So we're getting our wellness
with
on.
our tea here.
We're literally getting our wellness on. So social media detoxing.
I mean, I'm just tired. Like, I don't know how, this is how I'm going to start this off. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Like, I am mostly active on Facebook. I know you deactivated your Facebook.
I did. Yeah, it's been months and it feels amazing.
Why did you deactivate or delete your Facebook?
Yeah, so I deleted my Facebook, and the reason why is because there's just too much drama.
Yeah.
I feel like Facebook is a place for just people who are stuck in the old way of thinking and
Really?
it was just toxic. It was just really toxic. And also I feel like Facebook is spying on everything, even though
This is true.
Mark Zuckerberg now owns
They're not
Instagram and
respecting our
WhatsApp
data.
as well.
Oh my
And
God, stop. He owns Instagram and Facebook?
WhatsApp, yeah. I think Facebook owns them now. So if you really look at it, they have to be connected to certain things and whatever else. But I'm not gonna delete Instagram just yet because it's really been serving me on the platforms that I've been, trying to kind of advocate out there and so on. So I'm not gonna delete it just yet. And I just really a few months ago started Twitter, and Twitter has been. Twitter's
interesting.
It's interesting, yeah, it is, because I'm not addicted to it. I don't need to be on it every day.
Yeah, same.
But like there's very interesting topics. A lot of things that become popular start off on Twitter, on Black Twitter.
Black Twitter is
It's hilarious.
It's
actually
hilarious, but if you're on the receiving end,
and yes, Black Twitter will get you.
You don't want to end up on Black Twitter.
It's hilarious. Yeah, but deleting the Facebook, like it's really been therapeutic. Yeah, like it's been. As I said, Facebook was really just toxic. There were so many things going on, especially within the Black community, that I just did not like or respect. That I just didn't like or respect, and it wasn't aligned with my values. So I just was like, I'm not going to submit myself or put myself in a space to be affected like this. And I know you could just sign out or whatever, but it's much more than that. People are, just sign out. That it's not. It's more than that. And I feel like since I've deleted it, I've just felt so much better in terms of mental health. I've not been as depressed, and it wasn't even that. Because I think they say that they have this thing called fear of missing out or something like this. So you see, exactly. So you see people's posts and stuff. So it's not even that, because I see so many things on Instagram and I'm happy for everyone. And it's joyous and beautiful. But on Facebook, it wasn't even fear of missing out. It was just too much. It was just too much. So I deleted it, and I've been really mentally healthier. Yeah.
I definitely have gone through waves of being on Instagram and not being on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been a super heavy Facebook user anyway, so it's it doesn't matter to me if I'm present on Facebook or not. But Instagram is really what I think sometimes can sort of cause these also very emotional waves where it's fear of missing out, fear of not doing too much, fear of doing too much on Instagram that you see. And then especially now, I love how people are using social media as platforms for their activism, which is how people I think should use social media, but also at the same time there are people who are overly active with their activism on social media. And I know some people are gonna be but this they lost their lives, they're not coming back, I should be on 100 and listen, no one's sort of disputing that you should or shouldn't be, but it's just if you are constantly consuming this sort of overactive sort of social media or sort of activism personalities and information on social media, it's going to affect the way you interact with the platform. Like, you're not going to want to be on it. You're not going to want to share because there's a oversharing. Like, why should I post this? Advocating for whatever sort of movement or whatever if someone else is, if I'm seeing it everywhere anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure people get the message. But then I also feel like there's so much pressure. Like, there's some friends, I mean, I'm not a poster on Instagram. So, but there's a lot of friends who are just like, well, why aren't you posting things about Black Lives Matter? Or like, why aren't you posting things about like Breonna Taylor or Elijah McCain or George Floyd or those young women also in Nigeria and in Senegal who were like brutally murdered. You know, like, why aren't you posting things about young Black youths in London? Like, why aren't you posting, you know what I mean? And it's just like, and it just gets to be too much. And even my mental health has been affected by it because it's just like, well, why are you pressuring me to post this when I don't know all the details, I don't know all the facts, all I know is that Black life was taken. And I feel like for some people that's enough to be like, a Black life was taken. Okay, yes. But also, like, the way, I mean, even the girl that recorded George Floyd's killing, that affected her. Like, her mental health as well, because she's just like, you know, I'm the one that's responsible for this footage now being passed around the world. And she's like traumatized by something that she recorded and that she posted. And it's just like, it goes both ways. And I feel like there just aren't enough like healthy conversations on how you should navigate the sort of digital space in the midst of like all these movements. And so, and even when you go on Instagram and you have like your, what is it called, the feed?
The timeline?
The Explorer page or something like that?
The search page. So like, your timeline basically.
Your timeline. You see all these other related images based off of things that you like, based off of things that sometimes you don't even like. And it's just like,
it's too much. I totally get with you 100% on that. In terms of taking care of your mental health when it comes to social media, because it can, you know, damage you in a way to like send you into depression or give you anxiety and all these other issues that are just not fixable by, you know, just turning off social media, because it's traumatizing. And to be bombarded and to be, like just like it pushed into your face with all of these things that are happening. Like at one point I was actually off Instagram as well during the George Floyd situation. I had to get off because I was crying like every day, just seeing all these things and like seeing
it's
the
triggering.
things. It's really triggering, like leading up to the deaths of certain individuals on the platform. I was just so, my heart, like I couldn't take anymore, and I had to kind of shut down Instagram for a while. And then I personally decided that I couldn't keep watching these things, and so I stopped. And I was posting. I was one of the people that were posting all the time. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna let society or anyone pressure me into posting these things unless I want to. I'm not posting anything. And so for a moment I just posted stuff about like my music and so on. But then I actually was like, you know what, we need justice and so on. So then I started posting about Breonna Taylor because we got got some type of justice for George Floyd. I'm gonna air quotes that. So I started posting about Breonna Taylor, and I signed like every petition that I come across. I signed a petition, and a lot of these petitions are past the signatures that they're supposed to get, and nothing is being done. And and it's a lot that's happening. It's a lot that's going on. So I don't blame someone for not wanting to post or not wanting to just be on social media platforms at all. And then there's like TikTok. I signed up for it for like 1 week, and then I was like, I've had enough, because it's literally a platform run by white people and some black people of color who just make the are just so disrespectful to the black community and the black culture.
Black boys
and black boys.
There was a few weeks ago where there were black boys making fun of black women. Mm-hmm. How dare you?
How dare they? Like,
right? Like, how dare they make fun of their mothers, their sisters, their aunts, their grandmothers, their like.
It's
very violent.
It is, and as I said, I keep saying this, and it's kind of like a quote that I came up with, or not a quote. It was more like a poem that spilled out of my heart. It's really, really, really short, and it goes: only entities of a major threat are sought to be manipulated by every sector of society.
Ooh.
Because when we realize our true power.
Hold on, what? Hold on, I wasn't ready. Oh my God.
It goes, only entities of a major threat are sought to be manipulated by every sector of society.
Wow.
Because when we realize our true power, there will be no stopping us. And that little sonnet, I call it, is called Black. And I think because society knows the true power of black women, they know.
People are afraid of black women.
They are afraid. They are afraid of black women. They are afraid of us.
People don't want to see black women have nice things.
They don't.
Life. They don't want to see black women be black women.
Black women. They don't. They don't at all. And it's so funny you say that, because I remember seeing a post where this girl like posted that she got a Tesla. She's like, I wanted a Tesla my whole life since I was like 16. Wow. And this year I finally got one, and I got it with my house. And I was like, all right, bitch. And as soon as you look in the comments, black men are like, yeah, that ain't your Tesla. Where did you get it from? Blah, 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 blah. Black men. And then she took a picture and posted it in the back seat of the Tesla because she liked the fact that the doors in the back raise up. Raise out like this, so she because it's only the back doors that do that. She took a picture in the back, and then they kept commenting like, oh yeah, that's not yours. I've never seen someone take a picture in the back seat of their car. Blah 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 blah. They refused to believe, or not even refused to believe, but they just kept instigating that this black woman could not afford a house and a car on her fucking own. That she had to either have some type of man, that it was somebody else's or something, and that. Wow. I'm gonna take that and bring it right back to when I had bought my house. My shirt is falling apart. Sorry guys, I don't want to show you all my boobs. It goes back to when I had bought my house, and my daughter's fathers, and I'm gonna call them out, I don't give a shit. My daughter's father's family members started spreading rumors about me. So his mother and aunt and everything. Girl, they hate black people. Like, they're light skins. And the first thing she said to him when we started dating was, what are you doing with that black Jamaican? Anyways, I should have ended the relationship right there, but it lasted 9 years, and here we are, one child later. Wow. However, you know, they started when I bought my house, I bought my car. Girl, I spent my last dime buying this house, every saving that I had, everything. I couldn't even turn the light or the water on the first month because I had spent like literally my last dime buying the house. They started spreading rumors about how I left my daughter's father for a white man. And
you're kidding.
And that this time I poor little old me, at this time I was just like, I got baptized, I was turning Christian, all of this stuff. I'm not Christian anymore, I'm more spiritual. But at that time I was like, yeah, I want to get baptized and so on. Poor little old me, not having sex with nobody. Just bought my little old house. And them going, white man bought me my house and my car, because they refused to believe that a black woman could do for themselves. They refused to believe it. And so when you see these things on social media and, you know, black men disrespecting black women, and they think it's a joke, and it's not funny. And nothing about it is funny. It's just disgusting and distasteful. Like who you like. Nobody gives a shit. We don't care if you date white. We don't care if you date Asian. We don't care. You can date animals. We don't give a shit about who you date. Just leave our names out of your mouth. Like, you don't have to uplift your woman or your partner by bashing black women or black people. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And you don't see black women doing this. You don't see black women doing this, bashing black men when they're dating white men or men of other races.
Sure do not.
It's ridiculous to me, and it's just like, if you are so pressed by black women's dating preferences or by black women in general, go and sort yourself out and leave our fucking names out of your mouth. Like, it's tiring.
Yeah.
It is so tiring.
Yeah.
It is exhausting to have to see. And then what kills me is like these little 18-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 20-year-old boys, black boys, who are doing this, to black women. So it's not even like I'm 30 now. And I had to go through this, and then to see like that my daughter's gonna have to come and go through this as well. Like it's so distasteful. Yeah. It's so distasteful. And you see, I don't know if you saw the video with 50 Cent and Lil Wayne.
Oh my God. Girl. I was debating whether or not to bring this up because in talking about how people just don't respect our spaces, I'm wondering, how can we also, I don't know, like safeguard or like curate safe digital spaces for black women? And there are definitely a few like websites and platforms and stuff for that. Yeah. But then like you have, black celebrities, black male celebrities. What was it that 50 Cent said that? But didn't he justify his like exoticism of non-black women? Or what was it?
Yeah. So he was like about black women be mad when he's like black women be mad when we're dating exotic women and they just be angry, and then Lil Wayne starts laughing like haha, his fucking rat face looking garbage trash person. I don't understand how he dates these women. Like, how do these women? Oh God. Anyway, not even gonna get into that. Exactly.
JC said, "There's no such thing as another billionaire."
Oh God. Anyway, and then so they're making comments like this, and it's just like, but your kids are black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Lil Wayne has a black daughter who has been ostracized by the media every single day of her life. Poor Regine, I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. But this poor girl, like, she has been ostracized by the media for her entire life, and her father is not even on her side.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Yeah.
The damage that this girl probably has, that she has to hide away from the world. You know what I mean? She's probably so scarred. Maybe she is actually just doesn't care, because she did make a post about it, like, just know that you're beautiful. Yeah, she's like, just know that you're beautiful, you are successful, you're everything, and so on and so forth, and none of this is gonna affect me. And she, but sometimes I feel like we pretend that we're okay when we're really not.
Yeah.
And I just want to reach out to her and give her a hug, because if your father is this gross person who does this, like, I can just imagine what she must have felt growing up. But luckily she has a mother who, uplifts her and makes her, and she's a great mother. Toya is a great mother. Like me too. She's a great mom. And luckily she has a mom that uplifts her and makes her feel good. But imagine getting that from you. You're a person that, dates men. That I'm going to assume that she's a straight woman that dates men. And this is what you're getting from the first man that's supposed to love you, who is your father.
Yeah, that is terrible.
It's gross. It is disgusting. And 50 Cent, like, I am so mad that he's a Cancerian, girl. I hate him. Him and Kevin Hart, I do not.
Oh, yeah, today is his birthday.
It was the 7th, I think, of July.
50
Cent, I think it was the 7th or something.
Oh, it was this
Girl,
week.
it's gross. Like, we do not take ownership of Kevin Hart and of 50 Cent. Like, we don't take ownership of them. Like, no.
Wow.
No. He's a gross human being. He is just a troll that just looks for clout in every corner of the world, and he's just disgusting, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And I don't care, like,
I think at one point didn't he also put like a hit on his own father?
Girl, I don't know. I didn't put it past him.
Yeah, like I definitely would not put it past him as well for doing that. But I mean, again, like, you have these problematic black male celebrities really also bashing black women, especially also darker skinned black women, and they themselves are darker hued. Like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking?
Girl,
like,
their
that's
brains
what
are
I
all
need
the way
to
off.
understand. And so when you see black women like yourself, you know, like in public with your own property, with your own car, and like the woman that you mentioned buying her Tesla, people are upset, and it's so crazy to me. That blows my mind.
To see it.
People really hate to see it, and also white women as well, because in Berlin, I mean, most, if not all, most white women see themselves as the standard for beauty. Can you imagine? Like, they see themselves as the standard. There is no basic. There is no other. There's nothing to compare to the beauty of a white woman. And so for me, being in Berlin,
sorry.
No, exactly. That's what they think.
I'm allergic to garbage.
I know, just straight up BS. But like, you have white women who will be like very upset that like a black woman can be more attractive than her or more successful than her. More
they go like, the audacity of you.
Yeah, they're just like, how dare you thrive? What? Like, all of this in the midst of Black Lives Matter, and you're like, how dare you thrive? Instead of, you know, sitting at home and trying to, you know, I don't know, educate yourself about like racism, how to be an ally, how not to be a passive sort of ally, and be more active and vocal in your activism. You're upset that like black women are sort of upstaging you in a lot of different areas in life, but like, this isn't new either. Like, this is not new. This is not like a new phenomenon. And it's just so crazy to me, because it's just like, well, then where can we go? Like, what do we have to do to sort of protect ourselves from black men, to protect ourselves from white women, to protect ourselves from white men who are the worst? But like, really, like,
oh my God, like, there was one point in my life where obviously growing up watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and all these things, like the white male characters are always revered, and the girls are you know, and the sounds and swooning over them and so on, and it's this brainwashing.
It is brainwashing.
You know, you get
whitewashing.
You get this every single day. You're a kid, you're a teenager, you get it. And it almost becomes your fantasy, like, oh yeah, I want to date a white guy because this is what I see, you know, this is what I see on Disney Channel. And so, and when, I don't get me wrong, I've always loved black men. Like, I think black men are beautiful, but I've never felt the love back from black men.
Oh my God. That's the conversation.
Girl, I love black men. I think they're beautiful and amazing and strong and just, they're everything. But
looking at a fine, tall black man, just like,
that has his shit together, girl.
Literally, there's nothing on the planet. There's nothing on the planet
that can compare.
This is what most white men and white people are afraid of. Particularly white men are threatened by, you know, the masculinity of black men. But when you see like a brother, it's just so nice.
Trust me.
It's so nice.
It's the sexiest thing in the world. And even when they are, like, I find quiet, but like they have this aura about them, like quiet black men. They're just like very shy and reserved, but then they just know their shit, and it's just like, God damn, you sexy ass.
Yeah. But that love is not reciprocated.
It's not reciprocated. Exactly.
All my life, I've definitely been overlooked by black men as well, and I wonder why. Like,
yep. And so as I was saying, like, you know, Arya's father was really one of the only black men that I dated for a long period of time, and it was the worst relationship I've ever been in. Damn. And at the end of the relationship,
and 9 years is a long time.
9 years of my life, girl. 9 whole years.
That's a long time.
And at the end of the relationship, he basically said to me, I don't even like dark-skinned women anyway. I like light-skinned girls with like big booties and whatever. Like, that's what he said. Like, he said it out to me, and I know he was
comical. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. He was saying it definitely to kind of hurt me, but I didn't care, because at that time, like, when I ended the relationship, I also purposefully said shit to him to hurt him, which I was like, yeah, I'm never dating black men again, blah blah blah, because the relationship was so toxic and I was so hurt. And so I dated a white guy for the first time in my freaking life when I came to Germany. And that relationship was garbage. And I was like, fuck that. And so I was just like, I will date whoever I'm attracted to and whoever I feel a connection with. But yeah, like as I said, like black men they just don't look at me that way. And I'm gonna just say the black men that I want to be in or want to be in a relationship with and so on. Because there are black men, but they're old and just like, no dude, like you're like 60 years old. This is not gonna happen.
That's nasty.
That's nasty, exactly.
Like, that's just
so I feel like black men they were just not attracted to me. And there were friends who, like, because I played basketball in the Cayman Islands, and there were friends who were around me and I found them so attractive. They never liked me, girl. They always went for the light skinned girls with the long curly hair, and Cayman is known as like the silver spoon country of the Caribbean.
Oh, what does that mean?
Like it's because it's tax free for one, and then two, like the people there are majority mixed race.
I see.
So they are more light skinned looking and so on. It's like the house slaves were brought to Cayman during the times of slavery and so on. And so like this is, even though it's a predominantly black country, it's also a lot of mixed people that are there. And even in the magazines, like you have Key to Cayman and all this stuff, and you hardly see black people on the covers of these magazines. It's always white people. And then like barely in between some light skinned people. And it's like, but where the fuck these white people come from? Like, this is not Cayman. This is not a representation of the Cayman Islands. Yeah. It's really madness to me. So even though I've lived in Cayman my entire life, I've never felt at home there because of this, like, you know, removal. Like, I just never felt like I fit into society. And there was this guy there are multiple guys actually that I liked in Cayman, black men, who just was like, yeah, no.
Wow.
Yeah, literally. And I had someone blatantly tell me, like, you know, you're pretty sometimes. Like, only sometimes. Other times, like, a black man said that to me. Girl, I was like, I really had to leave that country in order to kind of diminish my insecurities and to kind of find myself and realize my worth. And even still today, like, you know, people who I revere, who I love, who are funny and kind, and who I would have loved to have back then been in a relationship. I see them posting things on their social media platforms, and it's like light-skinned white girls, like, ooh, these are my crushes, boom. But you know, these TikTok videos with the crushes and then they're like, this one, that one. And then you comment, and then you have people, dark-skinned black women commenting, so what about the dark-skinned girls? Like, I don't see any of us here. And they don't respond because they don't give a shit.
Because they don't care.
It's sad. They don't care. It's really sad that our own men don't care about us. Like, I'm not going to cry about it, you know what I mean? Because eventually there are black men out there who love us, you know, and cherish us. But it's few and far between.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so crazy too, because it's just like we see all these images of black men not loving us in social media, and then you compound it with the fact that in our personal or real lives, they also don't even acknowledge the fact that sometimes we even exist. Yeah. And it's just like, again, like, what are black women supposed to do? Like, what do we do? You know, like,
at the end of the day, I think taking care of our mental health is the most important. And I find that when I focused on myself more and focused on my mental health and my mental well-being and just like self-love, girl, I sit in front of the mirror naked and I go, ooh, damn, your boobs look fine. Ooh, damn, that butt. You know?
Basically.
Excuse me. And you look at these things and you tell yourself like these positive things every single day. Go to therapy. If you think you need it, go to therapy. Yeah. I know it's a taboo in the black community for black men and women, but we need to stop that crap. Like this year, like today, stop it. Yeah. We need to go to therapy. We need to find black therapists who can empathize with our struggles. We need people who are in schools right now. So if you're going to university, become a psychologist, please. I'm begging you. Like a black psychologist, we need black male psychologists. We need more Black female psychologists. We need you all out there, because once we start taking care of our mental health and really digging deeper into the reasons why we, do and say the things that we do on social media, for the world to see, why Black men put down Black women, why there's this divide between the communities, get to the deeper roots of everything, which obviously the cause is slavery. And I mean mental enslavement and mental brainwashing for you to hate yourself. And once we get to the root of this, then we can say, you know what, it's time to begin healing. And I think that's literally what we need to do. Go to spas. If you could save some money, go and get a treatment.
Or even do it at home.
At home, yes. Like rub down your girlfriend or your boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever.
If they don't know how to, you do it. I don't know.
There's
tutorials.
It's so important. Our mental health. We can't just fight all the time. Like we're a part of that fight is also taking care of your mental health, your physical health, your financial health is hella important to be able to continue the fight against the system. Because once you have all of this stuff organized, and that self-love is like all together.
Exactly.
And you're able to kind of dismantle the system that has been oppressing us. Like it's important.
And do like I love doing like social media detoxes. I think there was once I was off Instagram for like a year or something. And that was a long time. I missed a lot when I was off Instagram for a year. But it was also just like very good for me, because I wasn't always plugged into my phone and seeing what people who I don't know are doing. Like, I'm just like, why am I so plugged in? Like, I don't know you. And
also a lot of what I believe we should make an important part of our healing as black people, as a Black community, as you said, social detoxing. So putting away all of these things, these devices, and making time to be with nature and be in nature.
That's one thing that's great about
Berlin. As much as we hate it,
that is one thing. I'm just like very appreciative.
Same,
for sure.
Same. And as I said to you, I had to leave Cayman in order to really appreciate and get to the space that I'm in now. And because I went on a freaking bike ride that was supposed to be 2.5 hours and lasted 9 hours, a 9-hour bike ride. And that, it was, even though it was frustrating because it was raining, it was fabulous because we were in the forest and we were in nature, and we got to the top of a mountain or a cliff or whatever, and we saw the ocean and we sat on the beach and we rubbed our toes in the sand, and it was just like the trees, and we became tree huggers that day. We became tree huggers. And then bike riding with a group of girls or a group of guy friends. Guys, you Black men need to start creating wellness groups for themselves.
That's really...
Brothers with brothers. You need to get together, ride your bikes, go and take up space, play some music, eat some food, talk to each other, go into nature, be with the trees. Like, this is a part of healing as well. And it's also getting back to our roots, because we were not made to be in spaces like this, in the cities, and constantly bombarded with information, and constantly on the laptops and the iPhones and the this and the that and the whatever. We were not made like this. Our ancestors were one with earth, literally one with earth, and then we have been so far removed from it because our minds have been so westernized that we go, who's gonna go camping? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do?
Oh, you try to glamorize it to make it more, digestible.
That's white people stuff. Fuck that. That's our people shit that they took from us. Literally, that's Black people. I did some Black people shit riding 9 hours through the forest. Some Black ass people shit. Like riding through that forest. Honestly, like, we need to try to get back into nature. As a community.
Agree.
And I feel like it's a lot more rejuvenating when I go out with my girlfriends and we go riding to the lake, or we go. I'm not getting into these lakes. It ain't happening because that one's nasty as hell.
I'm not here.
It ain't happening, but I'll sit outside though. And I would go into the forest and go for walks, and it's so beautifully refreshing. You feel uplifted and energized and just like, afterwards. And I think we need to do more of that.
Yeah, I think we should do more of that too.
Yeah.
It's like part of our collective
Yes.
healing.
Yes.
Especially as for Black women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to do a retreat. Mark my words. I'm going to do a Black women retreat. Actually, I'm going to do a Black people retreat.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to come. We're going to rent a big ass house on the lake. Yeah. And all Black families will be there. And we're just going to have a good old time. Mark my words.
Yeah. Period.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, so thank you for joining us on another amazing episode of Viva Podcast.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring.
Yes, it is. Yes. And we love you. Please be well, stay well, take care of your mental health, your financial health, your physical health. Love yourself. Go out in nature, go for walks. We're sending all of the positive energy to you.
Deuces.